Senator Jeff Bingaman says he's just returned from a quick trip to China during the Easter recess to look at how the Chinese are pursuing energy development. Your trip to China comes even as the president was exploring and endorsing and opening up offshore drilling for oil off the coast of the United States. Some eyebrows went up when you supported that and when Senator Tom Udall supported that. Why do you support offshore drilling?
Well, I think the announcement that was made by Secretary Salazar and by President Obama on offshore drilling, I thought was reasonable. It announced that over the next 5 years, they would expect that leases would be let to allow additional offshore drilling in areas that were not identified as environmentally sensitive, and I think that's an appropriate course for us to follow. This is a very large resource that the United States has in the 200 miles off of our shore. We've proven over many years that we can produce these resources, natural gas and oil, without significant damage to the environment, and it makes sense for us to try to do that. So I supported what was announced. I think it's a necessary part of our energy strategy going forward.
Doesn't it also prolong the use of fossil fuels at a time when you and many others say we ought to be converting to clean energy sources?
Well, I think rather than prolonging the use, I think the truth is we're going to continue to use fossil fuels here for some significant period of time, even if we do all we can to shift to non-polluting, non-emitting sources of types of fuel. But the question is, how much of it do we import? How much of the fossil fuel that we use do we have to import, and how much can we produce domestically? And I think opening production in the Outer Continental Shelf, offshore production, allows us to produce more domestically.
Does that mean that there's a cooling of attitudes in your office and in the White House about global warming?
No, I don't think so at all. I hope we can deal with global warming in a real and aggressive way. But I think all of the plans to deal with global warming still contemplate the need to use fossil fuels for some period of time.
Is there a strategic move in opening up the offshore areas for drilling, a move that might tell OPEC, for instance, to keep prices low?
Well, the unfortunate reality here is that we are dependent upon oil from overseas, and much of it produced by OPEC member nations, and we will be dependent upon that for some substantial period of time. I think that even if we produce our own resources as best we can, we are not going to be able to meet our own needs going forward, and OPEC knows that, and we know that. So I don't think we're doing a whole lot to change their actions in the future by going ahead and producing some additional resources here.
Senator Jeff Bingaman.